Good Sunday morning, everyone. I know I was mad last night. We all need to just be more unified. Find things that we have in common. It's time to unite. We don't need to have extra countries fighting each other. We're all humanity. We're all on Earth. We're all the same DNA. We need to unite. It's time to unite. It's time to stop. I don't think we need a new world order. I think we need to work from the bottom up with communities. I think we have right now the wow, I look wrinkly. Anyway, we need to pray for humanity. We need to pray for unity. We need to work together to come up with some solutions and plans. I need Elon Musk to call me about how we determine who gets to go to Mars and the questioning, the application process. We need to make sure it's people that are willing to work together, not be jealous. Jealousy is awful. Gossiping is awful. We need to find people that are willing to think outside the box. I know I've mentioned some of the visions and dreams I've had. The one I'm most worried about is the one where the Vatican City, the whole square just goes clunk right down into the middle, not in the middle of the earth, but it just collapses, like it disappears. And we need to get all the archives. We need to get all the books and all the library. We need to empty the library at Vatican City unless that information is supposed to disappear. I do see a time when the grid gets wiped out. So we need to have a unified message that we put on stones that will survive, or crystals that will survive. And while we have the technology, we can make a universal acceptance of morality and civilization, where we all choose and vote and have different things going on. I need a partner. I need a web developer. I want one where it's just statistics, where it's just numbers. There's no faces. It's called No Facebook. No, it's called By the Numbers, or stats. But I'm going to use the word stat so that they know that there's urgency related. I have great ideas about how to fix society, how we can all be on a higher resonance, how we can elevate together. It's raining here in Clearfield, and so I shouldn't say this, but gosh, it's been years now since I was told that I am Eve, biblical Eve, that her spirit was put into me, or that I'm the original DNA. I know that sounds crazy, but I have a work to do prior to the second coming of Christ. We can work towards having the government that will be on his shoulders. We can be preparing for that, be accepting, so that more people are saved, so that no one goes to hell. I don't believe in a hell, but I believe that you come back to earth until you figure it out and you elevate off. And then, anyway, some of the visions I've had are related to how the earth was in a different orbit. It spun faster, and that explains why people lived so long. That continents were added. I believe that Earth is 5 different planets smushed together like a glob of clay. I think that's why we're a little bit different. I believe there's so many other Earths, worlds without end, that he just takes like a moon from one planet and adds it through the North Pole, and then it comes out through, I don't know how it works, but the one vision that he showed me twice from two different angles was when he plucked God or whatever, plucked Pluto out of the sky, shot it, the one time he shot it away from Earth, and then it came through like it pulled the time warp thing, and it came through near the sun, and then it went into our North Pole where he was adding bulk, which is why I think that we didn't used to be as big. But the Earth might all seem like it's the same age, but I think that those are from other planets or other parts of the galaxy that they just added. I think it's all eternal. I don't think we're 4 million or billion years old. I think we've been here forever. Whatever forever is. I don't know what the beginning and what the end goal is, except for I have seen where Andromeda, the galaxy of Andromeda, kind of just folds into our galaxy, or we shuffle together like a deck of cards, the Andromeda galaxy and whatever we are, just fold together, and we become a new entity. I believe aliens, I think the small grays live here on Earth, and they live inside of Earth, or somehow are part of our world. I think it's, I was joking the other day about how the small grays are possibly a hybrid of the Asian or Oriental DNA and Hispanic DNA, and we were trying to breed smaller humans to live inside the Earth during a nuclear holocaust or something, or it just happened naturally. I think the small grays were supposed to be cave dwellers, more like ants. I think the tall whites were able to go somewhere else during that nuclear holocaust. Maybe there was a different gravitational pull where they got taller. I'm not sure about white hair or any of that stuff. I see a future where the American continent is full of caramel colored redheads. I think blonde women and black men and all the redheads from the Vikings are gonna get together and make a new society where we are just a melting pot, literally, where we're darker tan, where the melanin doesn't affect us as much, we don't get skin cancer, and if you interbreed enough times, we end up with curly, reddish, caramel hair. This is where I lose my family. Well, they're all of it. I lose my family. Oh, the other time that he showed me Pluto was he shot it towards Earth, and it went through an alignment of the planets, gathering atoms and molecules and particles from the planets in our galaxy, and it still went into the poles, like it was shooting right through, and then the Earth has some, like, he uses a flood to hide all the Earth, and then he adds a continent. So I have some cool toys. Let me show you one thing that's probably my favorite thing. Don't look at my house. But this little toy right here is how I see the Earth forming. Let me show you. So let's see if I can set this up somehow. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so here is a ball, a sphere, kinda. So here's Earth. Oh, this is how cells split. Look at that. Ah! Anyway, here's Earth. Just about like that, round. And these could represent ley lines. These could represent Stonehenge and the pyramids and where they crisscross. And then the poles kind of open up. It's elongated a little bit. And the energy from when he was shooting those, well, it was like he put Pluto on a arrow and flung it around, and it pulled the fabric and it went into the earth. And I also see a way that flat earthers could, it could make sense that the earth is flat, kind of like this. I also had one thought where the earth looks like this and the sun is going through it and we're just like a layer on the outside. There's lots of possibilities about how the earth could look like it does. Like there's a firmament. There could be a firmament. We could be in a little water bubble inside a huge, oh look. So here we go. This is how they decided to make spaceships. I'm just kidding. Maybe this is how Earth splits off. There will maybe be a time when America or the American continent or this whole hemisphere, the Monroe hemisphere, sorry, my boob. Anyway, let me fix that. We all like get pulled away. I don't know if we're getting added to or if we're getting divided. But science needs to look into the fact that maybe we were in a different orbit when people were living so long. Maybe parts of Earth have come from different places, but they still have the same building blocks. I need scientists to have an open mind about how things could have happened different than what they think. We are not alone, and we don't need to be afraid of anyone. God is trying to unite his people. He's trying to, I don't know if there's a competition with other gods, I don't know, it's just a consciousness. It could be just a unified power where everyone's trying to do the same thing, which is elevate us. It's just like a game. It feels like it's just a game that the gods, the powers are playing to become, maybe we're supposed to be the funniest, not the smartest, not the most advanced, but maybe we're supposed to be the funniest. So we're going to be on tour doing all the comedy shows in the alien galaxies. Gosh, I feel crazy for talking like this, but we are not alone. We are meant to evolve. Being in competition with each other is holding us back. Anyway, I'm going to end this here while I get organized because I have so many more toys. I have toys that represent how we can regulate our emotions better, how we need to have a group, a community of people. Each of us need to have 4 or 5 friends that we can truly trust, that we would give our phone to and let them look through it. We need to protect our children. We need to never let children be alone. Ever. I think that maybe they should live in glass houses where we can watch them and learn from them. We need to become as little children. There's times when I think that Christ made us weak. Maybe we were supposed to populate more, and so his message was important at the time. But what happened to survival of the fittest? Why aren't we trying to grow taller and smarter and stronger and faster? Why aren't we working on smart genetic, not manipulation, but breeding? survival of the fittest in animals. I mean, we can evolve. We can evolve to a unified, where we don't fight each other. I think that we need to stop competing in silly little ways. Like all these companies with cell phones and all these companies with TV channels and all the competition, the competitive capitalism has made it so that we haven't united. And I'm not saying anything bad against capitalism. I think maybe it's supposed to be that way until Christ returns. But then it's time for collaboration. We decide which scheduling program is the best and use it for everything. Or whoever is comfortable talking on the phone, or whoever's comfortable using computers. We could have 3 or 4 different scheduling apps, but they all work the same and end up gathering the same information. We could organize our travel better. We could optimize, if there's people in your apartment complex that need stuff from Smith's or the grocery store, we could pick it up for them. People who work at the doctor's office could drive people to their doctor's appointments. Other people, we could coordinate doctor's appointments with someone that lives 5 houses away from you. We don't need all the cars. We don't need all the different types of cars, for sure, all the different models. We just need to figure out the most efficient. And maybe it's going to be like a pod for each of us, where we just kind of glom onto a train. My trains and my traffic systems all are based on magnetism. We need to be able to control magnetic pull better. But if you're pushing away, there's never a car accident. And then you can connect like trains, so we can all go faster. We can all be safer. Anyway, a little pod where it's the rail or whatever is magnetic. The bumping into each other or connecting to each other is magnetic. We can also make a car where your grocery cart just pulls right in and you're packed for when you drive home. So you have a refrigerator compartment, you go in, you get all your things, and then it just pulls into like the trunk area. Maybe it even has one of the tires. Anyway, I have lots of ideas, lots of exciting things that I want to do. Oh, the first thing I want to do is start a business where we're gathering information from our elders, from the people who have learned all this stuff before us. I want to organize their homes, have them go through the things that they kept. Why did you keep this, and move it from house to house for 70 years? Tell me the story. Tell me things that you've learned that would help your grandchildren survive in this world. We don't get enough information from our elders. They are so wise. They've been through so much. We need to cherish those relationships. I want all the grandchildren, go to grandma and grandpa's, pick out something you want when they pass away that reminds you of them, videotape them telling you about it, and then write your name on it, or go through the house and write your name on all the things you want to keep when your grandparents or your people in nursing homes. You could write down. Anyway. Oh no, it's breaking. I left it in the sun too long. And then these are all just makeup things. And then a Rubik's Cube. But these are my favorite. Look how cute these are. I bought 50 of them for a little girl's birthday party. But they have this little light. Oh, it didn't turn on. Where's the lights? Oh, I have to pull the little tab out. Watch this, guys. Where is it? There we go. Look at that! How cute! Anyway. We need to just have fun. We need to unite. We need to find things we have in common. We need to stop competing, complaining, and comparing. Those are the 3 C's that need to just end. Stop the gossiping. Stop the Let's build people up. Stop tearing each other down. We're not in competition. We're supposed to be collaborating, finding a way for all of us to get off this planet together. There's so much more that you guys are just, oh, how arrogant to think that we are alone, that we are important, that we don't need each other, that we can survive without each other. I'll take that off. Anyway, it's arrogant of us to think that one person in one lifetime is important at all. It's about unifying societies, unifying civilizations, unifying us individuals and our families. There's this whole, what is it called? No contact. That's ridiculous. How do you know who you are if you're not in contact with the people that loved you and raised you and went through all the stuff before you? My kids could learn so much from me. Still, if they actually just, didn't think, oh, mom's just crazy. She did crazy things and she's dumb. She doesn't understand me. And there's so much that I could share. Maybe I'll do a sharing page. One of my videos on OnlyFans is called Between the Feets, where me and a person that I think I could learn from go get a pedicure, and then we come back and we just show our feet and have a conversation where they teach me something, or they share a story, or they talk about how they have dreams for the future and how they think that we came to be. I just want to do interviews with interesting people. Get a pedicure and then talk between the feet. It's related to between the sheets, but I'm not doing porn. So anyway, I love you all. Find someone to unite with today. Go visit an elderly person who has good stories, whether they think they have good stories or not. Listen to them. They have been through things. They can teach us so much. We don't have to each experience everything together. We can, individually, we can learn from other people and advance quicker if we're not competing and we're not doing it by ourselves. Anyway, love you all. Happy Sunday. Go to church. Have a great day.